This is more than post-truth. It's not that we're ignoring the truth, it's that we are deliberately embracing the lie. There is a difference. This is going to be very quick. It's about the church, it's about trance. I'm Graniopteryx. So I came across this article here in the Telegraph. It's a man who used to be, he's a nuclear physicist, an astrophysicist. He's an astrophysicist. And he went into the church, started off at the Church of England, and then couldn't stand what was going on there and left to join the Free Church of England. And it was over the question of fake baptisms. There was something suspicious about the large number of souls from the Middle East who were queuing to be converted to Christianity, he says. The vast majority were asylum seekers who'd failed in their initial application for asylum. So they tried to become legal residents of Britain. They hadn't succeeded as Muslims, so then they were feigning to convert to Christianity. The vast majority, I think, of those people. Well, some of them had been booked in already, so he decided to allow some of the services to go ahead. He felt he had to honour them. But he says the baptisms felt like a kind of performance. And do you know what that reminded me of? Do you remember I made a video about a performance that went on in, oh crikey, which cathedral was it? I'm sorry, just off the top of my head, I don't remember. But it might have been Bath Cathedral or Bristol, I think. I'll find the video and I'll play you a clip of a bunch of Extinction Rebellion people in red robes making a parade round the church for all the world, like a group of monks doing a penance walk. And that, again, a kind of performance, not religion. And that was in a church, which I consider actually sacrilegious, but that's another matter. And he considered these baptisms sacrilegious because he had a very strong suspicion that most of them were a performance for the sake of being allowed to stay in the United Kingdom. And it seemed like an industry because they did their conversions, and then a couple of hours later, he said, you'd spot on Facebook that everything on Facebook again was about their conversions. And he actually had an idea. He saw money changing hands with the minders of these people. The people who brought them to the conversion were Muslims. They hadn't converted. Now, that is a terrible sin for a Muslim to do if it were genuine. But they would say to themselves, no, it's not genuine. We're allowed to lie to the kuffar, and so this is okay. There was one particular individual who was a Muslim who had gained permission to stay in England. He wasn't seeking baptism himself because he'd been granted asylum. And he was always around and would bring cohorts of these people seeking asylum into the church. It would usually be after the service. So this is a man who seems to be a Muslim making a business out of running a fake conversion industry. I'd immediately get a letter as soon as those baptisms happened. Literally a couple of days later, I hear from their lawyer saying, right, can you tell me about this person's faith and church involvement, their evangelistic work, and what they do for the church? I'm interrupting to remind you to click like and to subscribe and share. Also, I'm constantly being told that YouTube removes subscriptions. So please click the notification bell and check that you really are subscribed. All the links to my other channels are in the description, including links to donation sites. I'm always grateful, of course, for donations, but simply clicking like is the best thing you can do for this video and my channel generally. Thank you. Matthew got the impression that a lot of it was on legal aid. So the lawyers were working on legal aid, and we're paying for it. Now, the church is colluding with this. I'm going on the record here because there's a national untruth being told. The churches say there are no faults, no, we're just trying to welcome people, nothing to see here. Well, there is something to see here. And Justin Welby, I've spoken about him before. I think he's been untruthful in the way he's presented things. Our vicars are just getting on with being welcoming, he says. But actually the story is one of being used by bad men like Abdul Azedi, who hurt innocent people. The Church of England needs to be exposed for its shameful part in all of this. And I was brought to mind while he was saying this of the trans issue, and how, you see, this Welby, the Church of England, is an authority giving validity to fake conversions. And here we have sports committees and governments and UN committees and all those people giving validity to trans, to men dressed in frocks, some of them not even surgically altered, to compete against women. And pretending that that's the truth when everyone knows it isn't. And it seems to me to be the same sort of mentality. Now, how this mentality got started, how it got such a grip on, not our minds, because it's certainly not got a grip on my mind, and I suspect not on the minds of most of my subscribers, but it seems to have got a grip on all the authorities to which we used to look for guidance or help. The police as well, bullying people who are, well, we all remember the Harry Miller case, don't we, where a policeman came round and accused him of a hate crime or something. All of them, the whole lot of them, right at the top. So, yeah, it appears to be something like a virus that's got hold of all of our leaders and moral examples. And I can't tell you how that happened. I'm not going to even speculate, but I think perhaps we should consider that this isn't just a matter of conversions. It's not just a matter of trans. It's an entire culture. Right, well, yeah, that's my observation. Okay, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo, with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com, and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.